I was in the picture, I knew he wasn't.
Yeah, because you were off taking it. Yeah. Or if he was in the picture, it was
They got giraffes and storks from that trip.
Yeah.
Giraffes, because that's what Bobby got back from that trip.
Did he have a camera or something? Or did he just took it or he just offered?
That's what he did. He did have some kind of camera. He kind of like.
It was his camera.
Oh, really?
I don't think it was. I didn't have a camera. I don't think.
Yeah. I know you didn't.
Back then, I may have taken the.
Pretty sure Bobby was one of the coaches in the season we played. He wasn't my coach, but he was a coach, and then so I was just around him. And then when I lived in Idaho, I worked close near him, so we ran into each other quite a bit and talked. And we actually played in the same softball league, and were able to talk about his son and different things like that.
So you're the one who's seen him the most recent.
That was actually probably like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but that's.
But yeah.
Yeah. I think we've seen him since then.
Well, we saw him when we came to.
He's only a year or two younger than me, I think. But just from Monte Vista Nazarenes, you guys got me to start playing basketball and spent a couple of trips over to San Diego playing because we were pretty competitive and generally won the Arizona tournament, so that was always fun. And went right along. I went out to school in Dallas, but I still kept in contact and went to Venezuela 2 summers with Bobby. One for I think 3 weeks we were there. The other was just for 2. But then I actually lived with Bobby for a little bit before, when he had that house over on the west side someplace. I forget where it was, but I lived with Bobby for 2-3 months while I did my student teaching at Goldwater High School, and went through a kind of a breakdown with everything that was going on in my life that maybe not everybody knows, but
Yeah.
certainly was going on. So he gave me shelter, and then I got the job with the valet company out of college. That I got a place downtown because that's where I was working. And so I only lived with Bobby for 2-3 months, and I've dropped out of touch.
Yeah.
Always thought about Bobby. I mean, Bobby had one of the greatest laughs, I've in my life. As far as he was always,
Generally pretty up. Huh?
pretty up and.
How many times in the last week has the word dude gone through your head?
Yeah, he said that a lot too.
Yeah.
And certainly, when guys like that go and I'm so left here, I wonder why.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna find. I don't know where they've been, but the pictures of that first team that we put together, where you had those yellow uniforms or what have you. Remember that?
The pink.
No. At Monte Vista.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those are like the early days of the embryonic madhouse. But
Right.
there's pictures of that over there. They're pretty humorous to look at. Jay.
Well, I'm the youngest of the Steele kids, so I assume Bobby was around even when I was born. So I didn't really know a time, at least in my kiddom, that Bobby wasn't around. And showing us how to do stuff on the trampoline, or
Showing us how not to do it.
how not to do it. I'll save that story for later.
Yeah, okay.
Playing the drums at church, just watching Bobby as the cool guy around the house and around our community.
Good. Okay. Gilbert?
Well, I'm probably the youngest one, well, except for you guys. I grew up in Monte Vista with Bobby. Remember being a little kid wanting to get into the teen group because Kim was there with those guys and having all that fun. And then we moved to the West Valley and just kind of lost contact then. And probably about 5 or 6 years ago, got his phone number from Kim. And we've just been talking. We'd catch up every 2 or 3 months. Get on the phone for about an hour. He was never short-winded. Always had something to say. We talked about his family and Eric, things that he was going through with school and soccer, and just last year getting into kicking footballs for the football team and stuff like that. Great guy. I'm gonna miss him. Miss our conversations. That's for sure too.
Okay.
Bobby was a couple of years older than me at Monte Vista, but he was in our teen group and just was always around then. And then after he went off to Bethany and came home, came back and was playing basketball and went to Southwestern. Is that right? Where did you play basketball? For
Yeah,
Kevin?
he was at Grand Canyon, and then he finished up at Arizona College of the Bible.
Yeah, that one. That
ACB.
one. When he was there, that's when we got really back into touch and stuff, and started hanging out and doing stuff, playing basketball with John over at North Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know, and he helped me through a really tough time during that time, and then he got into ATF, and after he got into ATF, it just kind of dwindled. But when I found out about his liver and everything, got back in touch with him. That is when we really moved him in touch. Like when he came out to Ottawa, I got to see him again. So, yeah.
You know that Cindy and I are substitute parents for Bobby.
I think a lot of you stills have been that for everybody.
Well, I was gonna say, he's like the older brother to you guys. I'll let you figure that one out. but yeah, he was just. I was looking through the pictures, and I just thought, he's always been there. I mean, just from the time, I know there was a little lag after we got married, but not many years after we got married, Bobby was around, and wow, there's just nobody like Bobby.
Sam?
I'm sorry, am I supposed to share a story or just
No,
how I
just
know? Okay.
what the connection is.
Yeah, I don't remember life where he wasn't a part of it. Like you said, I mean, I kind of always saw him as like a cross between a big brother, but like we never fought, so I felt like brother wasn't exactly. It was like cool uncle / brother. And he was, I guess we'll share later, but he was there for me in every season of life. And interestingly, I thought back, like he was there for me in every, like in my kid version of the hardest time of life and in my adult version of the hardest time of life. He was like the first person I thought of, like Bobby to the rescue type situation. And yeah, to be honest, I think I'm kind of still probably like many of you, because for the last however many years it's been a long distance friendship, I still feel like I'm kind of in shock. Like it hasn't really set in that, and I'm sure, I mean, maybe this is weird to say, but like I'm sure it will hit me that much harder whenever something hard happens again and he's not like the default phone call or message, or anytime I ever worked in the city around where he was, I made an effort to see him. So yeah, I've never really known life without him.
Okay. We got the Derek, we got the John. Wilson's, all we're doing is telling what our connection is. Don't have to share a story or anything, but connection to Bobby, so everybody else knows kind of where we're coming from.
Sure. Monte Vista, we got to play basketball together, and he was in the youth group with us, and so got to play some basketball together with him and experience that. Essence inside of him was just amazing to me. I wish I could keep up with him, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Connie?
Yeah, Monte Vistas where we met, and there was a few times he would come to the house, and he was just full of fun, laughter all the time, always banning back and forth.
Yeah.
And then after Monte Vista, really, I never seen him again.
I figured he just came over to your house to pester Doral
Awesome.